Hi, this is Lee Garrett and welcome to another edition of Screencasts Online. Today we're going to continue and complete our coverage of OmniGraffle, the diagramming software from the Omni Group. Now in part 1 we broke down the interface into bite-sized chunks, making it easier to digest because it is a complicated application, there's no question about that. So if you haven't looked at the first tutorial, I do strongly urge you to check that out first, because today we're going to build on what we learned in part 1. We're going to build a couple of diagrams up from scratch. We're going to take a deeper look at layers and stacks and how we can export our diagrams. Okay, here we're going to take a look at a quick way of being able to put shapes onto the canvas, which builds on what we learned in the first video. So I've prepped a couple of bits here already. The canvas is fixed and I've put some grid lines on there because I always like to work with grid lines on the canvas. Now over here in the sidebar on the left, we have the outline section highlighted, which is the third one along here. And outlining allows you to create and instantly label the objects that you place on the canvas. Now whichever object is defined here in the style well is the object that's going to appear. So this is going to be a very crude family tree, I think. And with the outline tab selected, I just need to click here where it says click to add a topic. The rectangle appears and the word topic is in the center. And over here in the sidebar, we can see the reference to that object. And if I click here, I can rename it. So this is, I don't know, Bobby Smith. And then when I press enter, the next object appears on the canvas. And I can give that a name. This is Frida Jones. And I press enter one more time. Now a third object appears here. And whilst it's at the same level here as the others, if I press tab, this now makes it a child of the object that's directly above it, the parent, which in this case is Frida. Now it's clear here on the canvas as well. And here in the sidebar, we can see the disclosure triangle next to Frida's name. Now I'll give this one a name. This will be Grace Jones. I'll press enter. And a new object appears at the same level. So this will be Tommy Jones. And I'll press enter once more. Now, if I press Shift and Tab here, I can bring it back up a level once more. Right, let's give this one a name. This is Derek Tay. Got no idea who this is. Please don't Google it for Easter eggs or anything. This is just my brain emptying here. Now, I've pressed Enter and created a new object here, but I don't actually want this one, so I'll press Delete to remove it. So we've quickly got some objects on the screen, and they've been labeled as well, which saves us some editing time later. Let's push this just a little bit more and come over here to the diagram layout and style inspector. Now we didn't look at this inspector in the first video. In here we can automatically lay out shapes based on the logical relationships that have been established by any connection lines between objects. So you can change the layout type here. By default it's hierarchical. However, there are also options here for force directed, circular and radial. And whichever layout option you choose, there are going to be different options down here for how that layout will look. So from the left here in the hierarchical layout, we can have top to bottom, bottom to top, left to right, and right to left. Now, at the moment, it doesn't matter which one here is selected because we're not actually applying any layout options at the moment. To do that, we can either check this checkbox for auto layouts, and this means that as objects are added and removed from the canvas, then the diagram will automatically update the layout. And we can see that when I check it, Frida's two children appear below here. And if I uncheck this and select bottom to top, nothing occurs. Now I could check auto layout here. Alternatively, I can click layout now, which carries out a one-off action to format the diagram based on these layout preferences above. If auto layout is unchecked, when I add objects, then they're not going to appear in a hierarchical fashion here, not until I click Layout Now again. Just to further press that point now, I'll come back across to the sidebar. I'll click on Bobby Smith. I'll press Enter to create a new object, and then press Tab to make this a child now. And I'll call this one Phil Cross. And we can see that on the canvas it's not very neat, it's just sitting behind Frida Jones there. This object here, I'm going to call this one Debbie Reynolds.
That's just a quick preview of one of this week's Apple-related tutorials from Screencasts Online. Screencasts Online is your premium source of Apple-related video tutorials. all of our members get access to brand new up-to-date tutorials each week, as well as unlimited access to our entire video archive full of Mac and iOS related tutorials. You can stream and download all of our videos on your Mac, iPad and iPhone, and even your Apple TV using the members-only Screencasts Online Apple TV app. Membership also includes a complimentary subscription to the digital Screencasts Online monthly magazine, published each month and packed with videos, articles, reviews, as well as hints and tips covering all aspects of the Mac, iPad, iPhone, and all of the other fantastic Apple products. So, if you're ready to start getting the most out of your Apple devices, visit screencastsonline.com today and become a Screencasts Online member.